Wolfchase Toyota Insider of the Memphis Tiger Network. I'm Jeff Brightwell alongside head coach Natalie Poole. And Coach, let's review the last week and go back to the midweek games last week. And Alcorn State came to town and took care of business pretty good, sweeping that doubleheader. I believe 9-0 shutouts both games.
We did. It was a little bit slow. Their pitching was a little bit slower for us. So adjusting the timing took us a minute, but I was definitely pleased to be able to walk away with 2 run rolls.
Yeah, you get those run rolls and you get a chance probably to get some people in that ball game. Those games can end up being pretty valuable for you.
Absolutely. Some kids that might not have been getting everyday playing time to get them to the plate. For those who are getting to the plate every day, to get them a little bit of confidence. And just working on adjusting in general, just the matter of adjusting to pitch speed. It's important to see that whether it's for slower pitching or faster pitching.
Then you go down to South Florida this weekend to Tampa, and finally, you've been down to Orlando before this year, but finally to get that team out into some pretty warm weather instead of the kind of the cold weather that's been lingering around here in Memphis.
Yeah, it was definitely nice not to bring our heavy jackets and have to go out there in pants at the beginning of the day and hope for the best later on. So it was nice to be in shorts all the way around.
Saturday, two totally different types of ball game. A close 2-1 loss in the first one. They kind of got things rolling early in that second ball game.
Yeah, the first ball game I thought overall was a good quality ball game in terms of pitching and defense. At the plate, we didn't do a very good job. We only had 1 hit, which came from Kelly Brayman, a home run. Otherwise, that was it. And then we also had a lot of strikeouts in the game. In the second game, they had a similar pitcher, probably a little bit slower than the first pitcher, but still a good pitcher. And we still didn't put up the hits that we needed to. And then on the other side, we didn't pitch well, and we didn't play good defense at all. So it was definitely a poor performance in that second game. And unfortunately, I've seen that a lot in us in the second games of some series. And I definitely like to see us get away from that, especially this weekend. And, recognize that going in and really try to have some better focus as we move into that second game.
Your third game on Sunday, I believe, was their senior day. And those can go either way. You can catch a team off guard sometime, but the senior day distracts them. Unfortunately, they were pretty locked in for that game.
Well, Ken and I talked on Saturday, and he told me, he said, I know that Memphis shows up with a different team on Sunday. And so I think that he was prepared and knowing that we would probably make some decent adjustments, and he definitely knew a little bit about us. And so, it definitely was frustrating not to end up on the winning side of that. Their pitcher did a great job. We had less strikeouts in the game. No more hits, but we had less strikeouts. And so some of our at-bats were a little bit better. But we just couldn't do it, and we couldn't make it happen. And, they are a good team, and they're going to be a tough team, and they very well might be the team that we face in the tournament. And the important thing that we wanted to walk away with it was that no matter what, that we would feel comfortable seeing them again if we needed to when it comes to tournament time.
You turn around, it's all of a sudden, it's hard to believe. You look up, it's the final week of the regular season before you head down to Houston for the tournament next week. It's kind of strange. Every year you look ahead at the long schedule, and then all of a sudden you're here in April and just 4 games to go in the regular season.
Absolutely. We look forward to this weekend. This is our senior weekend. It's an opportunity to honor our seniors, and hopefully it gives our girls something good to fight for to end on a good weekend here. We also get a chance to play a midweek at home, and so it's kind of our last little stretch here coming up this week. And I look forward to getting to tournament time. I think that whenever you focus on just playing 1 game against an opponent instead of a 3-game series, it changes things.
Tell us, first of all, Wednesday afternoon, 4 o'clock, what do you know about the Racers this year in Murray State?
Murray State's doing pretty good. They have a winning record right now, and they're competing well in the OVC, and, their pitching numbers are pretty good, ERA-wise, pretty average on defense, pretty average on offense. And so, it's 1 game, so everybody will probably be throwing their number ones and, just getting that last shot to get a midweek game in. But I think that we can come out and play a great game against them. We did last year as well.
You come into this weekend, you'll play Louisville, and for the players and the coaches who've not been a long part of the past, it's an important series for you, but your diehard fans in the stands will get it for this weekend because it's Louisville coming to the softball complex.
That's right. Hopefully we'll get some good support and girls just to be, people to be behind our athletes and help us to have a great weekend out there.
What do you see in Louisville this season?
I think that as I've watched them, they started off okay, and I think that they've gotten better as the season's gone on. And I'm not sure if that's due to injury or maybe they just didn't get the start that they wanted to. But I definitely think that they've come on a little bit stronger here towards the end. And so, they're going to be impressive at the plate. Their batting average as a team is above 300. They're going to pitch tough. They're a tough team. We played them a couple years ago when we were at Tennessee, and they're just, they have some really tough qualities about them. And so it's not going to be a joke. They're fighting for a good position in the tournament just like everybody else is. And so it should be a good battle.
That'll be a doubleheader Saturday, the lone game on Sunday at the softball complex. Though the last weekend, a big chance to get some momentum behind you before you head to the tournament.
Absolutely. We want to have a good weekend against them. If we see them, again, we want to feel confident against them. I think it's important to come out aggressive. I think it's going to be important for Ellen to have a good weekend. We need for her to have a good weekend, and we need to have the rest of the pitching staff to step up so that we have a shot to be in it. We didn't play the greatest defense this past weekend, and that was a bit disappointing. And so I'm hoping that we'll kind of clean that up and have some forward thinking about what we can do, kind of let that go so that we can get ourselves prepared for a good weekend.
Turn around on Sunday. It's a noon start, but you want to get there early. It's going to be a chance to honor your seniors, and you have 6 seniors you're going to recognize.
We do. I'm excited about being able to send them off on a good note and just show the appreciation that we have for what they put forth in the program. It's hard. It's hard to be an athlete. It's very rewarding in some aspects, but it's very demanding, and so we appreciate all that they've given to our program.
And that's the day you'll have to balance it out between kind of an emotional pregame ceremony to let's focus in, let's try to win this last one before we head down to the tournament.
Absolutely, and I think all the girls will be excited about being out there and want to do something good, and so I think it kind of gives us something to fight for, and I'm excited about that.
All right, Coach, thanks a lot. We appreciate it.
Thank you.
That is head coach Natalie Poole. I'm Jeff Brightwell. This is the Wolfchase Toyota Insider on the Memphis Tiger Network.